Dudes and dudettes, how are you guys? This is Chazzy and welcome to... I don't really know what I'm welcoming you guys to today. This is the first time ever on my channel I'm doing something like this, screen capturing directly from my tablet. It is currently very early. It's like 8 a.m. This is the earliest I've ever recorded a video for YouTube. My coffee is literally making in the background and the show must go on before I go to work. So let's get this done. I'm going to be showing you guys a little bit of my journey towards 100,000 gamer score that I achieved recently. You guys can see over here 103,715, my Xbox profile, got my little bio here, This is my gamer tag on Xbox One, and my bio is something of legends: retired pro gamer, achievement hunter, digital content creator on YouTube, and formerly known as Spartan Gomez, MLG, Major League Gaming Squad, 2006 all the way to 2009. That is actually an inside joke between me and some friends who played back then. If you weren't there, you're not gonna get this. We didn't actually participate in MLG. It's just like a little in joke. You had to be there to understand it, man. What have I recently been playing? Some interesting games here. There was Deep Rock Galactic recently. Then there's NBA and NHL, Got some Street Fighter 4, Firewatch, Dead Rising, Moving Out, FIFA, even some Lego Batman. Been doing Moving Out gameplays on my channel, so that's how you guys might recognize it, So today we're gonna do a deep dive into my gamer score. I'm gonna be talking a little bit. By the way, I love my little avatar there. At the top, it's me wearing a Miami Dolphins jersey, holding up a Super Bowl ring as a reference to having won the Super Bowl in Madden. For the first time. You guys might hear the background music looping in and out. It's because it's on loop, so it's going to fade in and out. Number 2 in ranking this month. I got to get more achievements. I got to get that up there. So let's begin, right? I'm going to be showing you guys mostly just the games that I completed to 100%, which contributed a lot to my 100K. The first one that I ever got 100% in was this one here, Never Alone. One of the first games I ever played, actually, back when I got my 360 in 2018, and very interesting game. It's not like the best in the world, but also not the worst. It deserves a little bit of credit. It's fun for like an hour or two, more or less, and only nice and achievements. The original name is Kizimi Yingi Chuna. That's what it's called. You basically play as a boy in the Arctic with his dog, and you guys try to solve mysteries. We've got some rather easy games, Most of these games are easy, guys, Like, for example, Deer Simulator and Paw Patrol Mighty Pups. The name itself might already say it's a kid's game. There are many games that have been very easy over the years, because back in the day of the 360, achievements were hard as hell, And, they just started to get a lot more simple, They're like Nutella today. You can play a game and get the full 1,000 in just like a few minutes, I'm actually planning on doing some vlogs talking about this, just like how achievements have gotten so much easier over the years, and I'm not ashamed of exploiting this. I'm very happy having gotten all of these achievements in 100%, but there's no denying that achievements have gotten so much easier, something I'm going to talk about in detail. We have Townscaper, very interesting game that I played on YouTube later, where you basically build towns. It's like a Minecraft style thing, but it's not dumb, it's actually really cool. Very high attention to detail, 10 Chivos, 100 G, so it's not too bad. Then we have Subnautica, one of the most frustrating games I've ever played for achievements, in my life. When I finally got this last achievement here, dude, worth 100 G. No, this one here, worth 200. This one was frustrating as hell. I finally launched the damn Neptune rocket. It's frustrating because the game is buggy as hell, I don't know if they patched it up, but I don't feel like playing it anymore. I have a deep fear of the ocean, so it was a little unnerving at times, but nothing compared to Abzu, another game that I'm going to get to later. I got Donut County is a very fun game. I really like this one. I'm planning on doing a gameplay for YouTube in the future, or maybe multiple. This one is really cool. It's basically like a game where you're playing as a whole that sucks up everything, people and places and items, animals. It's just a lot of fun. Love this game to death. We have The Pedestrian, a very frustrating like puzzle platformer kind of thing, which I completed thanks to the Welsh Hunter and his guide. This achievement is tough, dude. Only 10, 100% was tough. 10 achievements, worth 100 G each for basically completing each level. I didn't really like it too much. That's because it was so frustrating, but it's all good. We've got Gang Beasts, a very easy game, if you use a guide on YouTube. It's really fun with friends, though. By yourself, it's just kind of stale, but it was pretty okay. There's Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons, kind of like a Fable-esque exploration kind of thing, like a Plague Tale, Innocence. Not exactly too similar, but it's kind of like the same knife, you know. A little meh at times, but it was okay for the achievements. We have Wonder Song, you know, also very easy completion. Thanks to Maka, I got all the Chivos in that. The Turing Test is something special because the Turing Test is just really, really tough, you know. 15 achievements, but if you're not into puzzle games, you know, then you're gonna hate this. I suffered so much to get all of these achievements. It's very similar to Portal and its sequel, you know. I'm not a big fan of those games because I don't like figuring stuff out in games, you know. This achievement here for completing the game was just euphoric in my opinion. It really just felt so good because I was just so frustrated that it was taking so long. But of course I used the guide. If you're a fan of puzzles, then this is definitely the game for you, but I didn't really enjoy it that much. Fractured Minds is a very strange title, you know, that deals with like depression and anxiety. It's really dumb. Can't even really be considered a game, but it was an easy 1000, so you can check that out later. The Explorer of Night, 4,000 Gamerscore, one of my biggest overhauls, you know, but it's really frustrating because it's kind of like those, reminds you of Super Mario, except it's a lot more frustrating, so it's like unfair Mario, let's say, you know. It's not that it's like the hardest game ever, it's just kind of annoying, but as you guys can see, the Gamerscore is very, very generous, you know. Many of the achievements are worth 200 Gamerscore, which is why it has 4,000. There's a possibility that they'll add more because I think that there used to be 3,000 before they added another 1,000. So they're probably always adding more content for it, you know. But it was a very satisfying completion. I'll definitely give it that. Madden NFL 21, you know. One of the 100% that I'm most proud of, you know. Not my first sports game to get to 1,000, but definitely one of my more proudest ones. This head-to-head achievement was my buddy Gustavo helped me out with that, so shout out to my boy Gustavo right there, you know. Win a head-to-head game in an online league, he actually helped me boost that, and getting some of these achievements took a lot of time, like for example the GOAT. It wasn't hard, but to gain the GOAT legacy rank and face of the franchise, you have to make a player and, you know, start off your rookie year and play like for I think it was a decade or so, basically become reach Tom Brady levels of greatness, you know. But it was very fun when I finally attempted that. There are some other ones that you can get in game, you know. I really enjoy sports games that do this, where they give you different categories of achievements to unlock, you know, that aren't necessarily online. There's just one online achievement, so it's all good. Rise, Son of Rome is definitely my proudest accomplishment. This 100% took me so long. We're talking 76 achievements here, you know, and some of them were just hell. Like these last two, best of the best, you know, and Master of the Colosseum to achieve rank 150 in multiplayer. This already took ages, and then Master of the Colosseum is to reach rank 200. And that took even longer, you know. Grinding from 150 to 200 felt like a lifetime, but I just kept playing some heavy metal in the background and playing for hours a day and just waiting for it to come. This game took a while, and I never expected to get to 100%. I just kind of did, you know. It's one of those classic perfect games for achievements where you just like play the campaign, kill enemies a certain way, complete certain levels, get the collectibles, finish the campaign on hard, and then go online. My very first achievement, you know, perform your first combat execution, you know, very easy. It's a very straightforward game. It's not hard at all in any sense of the word, you know, but the achievements just kept coming. Once I finished the game on hard, which wasn't even that hard at all, you know, once you figure out how the game mechanics work, I just said I'm gonna go with the online achievements, which actually aren't even online. Like, you don't really need online people to play them with. Just a few, but luckily I got some people who are willing to play with me, you know. The rest you can get offline, like not really offline. You play on the online playlists, but like not necessarily, you know, with people. You can play by yourself against the bots and whatnot, so it was pretty easy. So I just kept getting them. I got the free DLC maps, you know, so I just kept grinding until I got all the Chivos. Very, very proud of this one. Definitely my proudest moment. We've got Doom 64, you know, which was really frustrating as hell, to say the least, you know. I needed a guide for this one, use some codes, but still, it's Doom, so it was not easy. 10 Chivos, each one was 100 or so, or 50, 150, 75, but some were just really hard. I don't even want to get into this game. There was this one here, one of the hardest achievements I got, and it's rare. Only 6.64% of gamers unlock this crap, which is to finish No Escape on Watch Me Die skill level, and Jesus Christ, man, it's bringing back traumatic memories. So we have Omno, a very interesting third-person action-adventure game that I completed thanks to Maca91. Not exactly anything special, but like not exactly the worst game in the world either. A very intricate storyline with very interesting mechanics and whatnot. Then we have Last Stop, which is a game that takes place entirely in the United Kingdom. You know, it's kind of like a Telltale-esque sort of thing where you make choices and it shapes how the story goes. The story itself isn't anything too special. It does get interesting. All of the characters overlap in a sense, you know. You play as multiple characters in different parts of the country, and eventually they start to meet, you know, so it's really nice how that plays out, but definitely worth the achievement, the Gamerscore if you've never played it, you know, I liked it. But they all speak in British accents, and that just irks me. We have Lego Harry Potter Collection, self-explanatory. It's a Lego game, but it's 2 games in one. It's Lego Harry Potter years 1 through 4, then 5 through 7, you know. Took me a long time to get it. I mean, it's 84 damn achievements, you know, it's a collection, 2,000 Gamerscore. Say what you will about Lego games, they are easy achievements, but I don't care. I love them, and they do take a while. Some of them are a grind. We have NHL 94 Rewind, you know, one of the best games I've played, you know, on my profile. Only 11 Chivos, but they are a nightmare if you're not a fan of hockey, if you don't understand how hockey works, you know. Some are very easy, but others are just a pain in the derriere. Strategic Mastermind was one of the hardest ones I got. Only 1% of gamers ever unlock this. You know, you got to pull the goal in the last 3 minutes with a goal or more down and win against the CPU. Really freaking tough. There's a tip of the hat, which is to score a hat trick, you know. And it's not easy to score goals in this game, you know. There's my name in silver, you know, to win the Stanley Cup against the CPU. Many of these achievements are rare, and a very low percentile of players unlock them because they're just tough as hell. Got to win in overtime in the playoffs against the CPU for getting clutch, you know. But I really like this game. Played it on my channel before, don't regret it, you know. We have Day of the Tentacle Remastered, a very old game that, as the name says, was remastered. 58 achievements, so it took a while, but I followed a guide, got through it, you know. It's nice to play some old-timey games remastered for current consoles. We have 12 Minutes, which was a game that I reviewed recently on my channel. It's really tough, you know. Different things happen, and you can manipulate events and go away, watch What Culture Gaming. A notification popped up for YouTube. So basically the way this game works here is, you know, it's just, I lost focus. You have to manipulate events around you and talk to your wife. You know, there's different dialogue options and different ways that you can complete the game. There are so many different endings. It takes hours to complete all of them. So not a lot of achievements, as the name suggests. 12 minutes, so of course 12 achievements. That's very fitting. You know, very interesting game. I definitely recommend it, you know, but beware because it's tough. It gets really confusing. Call of the Sea, very intricate first-person kind of action-adventure exploration of a woman who lost her husband on an island and she's looking for him. You know, he was like a scientist or something. Not exactly the most interesting game in the world, but it's definitely worth a play. Very easy 1000. We have Carto, a very cool like a map-based game where you can pretty much manipulate the environment around you like it's a map to access new areas and whatnot, you know. Really cool. I liked it a lot. Need to have a lot of patience though to play it because you got to follow a guide. I don't recommend doing this one by yourself unless you consider yourself a god in gaming, you know. Master Cartographer took a while to complete the game to 100%. This one was tough, you know, but like I said, very enjoyable game, so I didn't really even feel the time passing by. No Thing will go down in history as the easiest game I've ever played, you know, for achievements. Maybe right up there with Avatar: The Last Airbender, although Avatar was probably even easier. This one was really easy. Again, the argument that achievements are very easy. This game was made for Gamerscore. Like you can get like the full 1000 in like a matter of minutes. You can skip levels, you know. You skip a level and you get an achievement for skipping it or completing it. So this one was really, really easy, you know, but I'm still not ashamed of it. Achievements are not what they used to be, guys. You know, they have been getting like Nutella. Full Throttle Remastered, not a hard game, you know, very similar to Day of the Tentacle. It's an old game that was remade, and you can get the full 1000 pretty easily. You know, it's really not that bad. Very interesting story, playing as the badass main character. We have What Remains of Edith Finch, you know. Very cool indie game that it's only 10 chivos and it's not really that hard, but the story is really, really interesting. It's about a family who tragedy keeps misfalling them. All of the members die in mysterious ways, you know, and that's how we see how the family deals with this as the years go by. You know, one of them goes back and to explore, and that's who you play as. I'm not going to give any spoilers, though. You should play it for yourself at some point. Dodgeball Academia, one of the most fun games I've ever played. It's kind of like stylized as an anime thing, you know, where you play different chapters like that are labeled as episodes, more or less, you know, and a lot of really crazy things happen when you go to like a college for dodgeball. It's a really, really cool game. I love it so much, and I didn't even need a guide for this one, you know. I got the full 1000 by myself because the achievements are very self-explanatory and it gets really addictive. You definitely should experience this game at some point. I don't know if it's on Game Pass. If it's not, you really should buy it. Believe me, it's worth it, you know. It's worth every penny. I love this game so much. I really miss my gang already. The Procession to Calvary is a very strange title, you know. It's very sacrilegious and deals with like making fun of religion and whatnot. I'm not even gonna get into that. Very weird game, but thanks to Maca91, I completed it. Don't want to get too much into it because it's disturbing. We have the Little Acre, which is like one of those classic point-and-click adventure games made anew, you know. Very interesting design choice, you know, and the story is really awesome. I love this achievement here. It's dangerous to go alone, you know, a reference to the first Zelda game where you get a sword, you get your first weapon, and here it's to ask for a solution, which of course I did. I did it for the achievement, all right? But of course, I needed a guide to play this game because there was an achievement for finishing it under a certain amount of time, you know. Very cool story, really very simplistic in the design and the execution as well, you know. Very, very cool game. I liked it a lot, you know. We have Zophis, another very easy game to get achievements in. I got them in just a matter of minutes, you know, thanks to Maca as well. One of those games that, again, was just made for Gamerscore, you know. You can get, like, do a few tasks here and there, and boom, you got the full 1000, so not really anything too special there. Unpacking is interesting, you know. It's a game where you can pretend to be a very organized person in the game, you know. And basically, it's a game where you pack and unpack items, you know, to be moving to a place, and it's really addictive. I don't know how to describe it. It's kind of similar to Firewatch Simulator. It grows on you, you know. It really, really grows on you. And I just really enjoyed it a lot. I like the experience, so I don't have anything to complain about it. Madden NFL 20 now, you know, the one that I got before 21. My first sports game that I completed to 100%. This one was tougher because there were more achievements. When I finally got these last two, Lockdown Corner and Team Building 101, like, Team Building 101 came very unexpectedly. I just tried to fumble around and I got it. I think, like, luckily, got to activate two chemistries at the same time. Lockdown Corner is not that hard, but for some reason in this game, it took forever to win 3 passes in a single game with the same cornerback. Head-to-head, again, my friend Gustavo helped me get this one. If it wasn't for him, I would be stuck on, you know, like just 37 out of 38 achievements, you know. One of the hardest achievements I've ever gotten in any game was Perfect Passer, you know. Even if you're into football, it's just about timing, you know. You have to complete the combine drills perfectly, and it's rare. Only 0.73% of gamers unlock this, just to give you an idea of how hard it is, you know. You can't miss a single catch that the guy throws at you. So this was a fun game, you know. There were a lot of achievements, and I started grinding Madden back in 19, you know. Never completed Madden 19, unfortunately. If I could go back and do it, I would. But this was my first completion in any Madden series, and it felt really good. Tell me why. You know, you guys know what this game is about, you know. Very cool title, you know, dealing with like concepts of, you know, transsexuality and the gay community and whatnot, you know, LGBT. There was a very big gap between some of the achievements. Like, I got this one here back in, I guess, June or so. Yeah, June of 2021, the 7th, you know. And then the last one was in February of this year. So there was a really big gap, you know, between my completion. But this game is really cool. Amazing story, really likable characters. It goes in really deep. It's kind of like Telltale, where you can you know, make choices that shape the story. There are different ways that it can end, you know. It's just really cool. It's the kind of game that makes you want to keep coming back. It's like Man of Medan also. 1,500 Gamerscore. Hopefully they don't add more because it's just get way too frustrating, but a very good experience. There was Contrast, you know. Not anything special to say about that. It was a very strange game, but yeah, I got the full 1000, so that's what's important. And of course, we have the Telltale games, the Walking Deads of the world, you know, where you basically just complete the game from start to finish and get all the achievements. That's a relatively easy 1000, you know, relatively easy 100%, but it does take a while. Some of them in later games, they ask you to do miscellaneous tasks to get other achievements, but that's not anything too bad. So I've got Season 1, Season 2, Michonne, and A New Frontier. I'm still working on getting the final chapter, but that's going to be down the line. Late Shift is a very interesting game. Not a lot of people liked it, but I actually enjoyed it a lot. It's basically an interactive movie turned into a game that you can play, make choices, and get achievements in, you know. Very, very similar in style to Telltale, but like it presents like pre-recorded moments, you know, that look like movies. So that's why it's interesting. It didn't really feel like a game. It felt more like an interactive movie, like maybe Bandersnatch on Netflix, but a very interesting, unique 1,000 Gamerscore. I'll definitely give you that. Very high replay value. That's just my opinion. One of the first 1,000s that I got. We have Tacoma, which is like a space exploration thing where you're trying to figure out something that went wrong on a space shuttle. Nothing too special, but it's kind of okay, I guess. You know, nothing too around there. We have the Life is Strange's, you know, the first one. 60 achievements. This one took a while. One of the first games that I played on the Xbox One, you know, and also one of the first consequently that I got to 100% in. If you've never played Life is Strange, it can get a little confusing. That doesn't bog down the game at all. It's still very fun. It's really cool, the story, but it can get a little frustrating, you know. 60 achievements is not it's just a lot. A lot of them are worth 10 Gamerscore, which is just BS, but very good story, you know. Very confusing though. If you've never played it, I'm not going to give you any spoilers, just experience for yourself. Then there's Before the Storm. It's not episode 1, it's the whole entire game. I don't know why it says episode 1 here, but I got the achievements for the entire game, you know. Less achievements, and it's like this one here is obviously less confusing than the first one because there's not time travel involved, you know, but some achievements are miscellaneous. You have to actually go out of your way to get some collectibles and do other things, so it's not as straightforward. Well, actually, I think the first one is much worse. We have Firewatch, one of the best games I've ever played. Only 10 achievements, but believe me, there is a lot of essence to this game, you know. The story is just amazing. The characters are just so relatable, you know. He plays an old man who lost his wife, and now he's just trying to work in the wilderness to get his mind off of it. He meets he talks to his supervisor Delilah, you know. It's just, I don't want to spoil it, but trust me, this game is worth it. If you don't have the means to play it, go watch another YouTuber play through it, like Markiplier, for example, you know. Just an amazing game, great visuals, a huge sprawling map, you know. Loved it so much. We have now Abzu, a very interesting game that deals with exploring the ocean, you know. It kind of like triggers my thalassophobia, fear of deep water, but it's a very cool game, you know. There's a very overlying story that at first doesn't make a lot of sense, but as you play it, it starts to get a little more... It just starts to really grow on you. I liked it, you know, kind of like protecting the oceans. It has a really cool environmental message. Not that hard to get the achievements in, you know, but it was just like Subnautica. It was a little scary sometimes because of my fear of the ocean and deep water, you know. We have eFootball 2022. Oh, sorry, The Gardens Between. I skipped it. I don't want to skip it. This game is amazing. Very cool puzzle game of sorts where you have to... You can make time go forward and backwards in order to manipulate the environment and complete puzzles, you know. It's really cool. I needed a guide because I'm not good at puzzles and I don't have the patience for them, but this one was definitely worth it. I'll tell you that right off the bat. This one here was just amazing in that aspect. One of the most unique games I've ever played. If you've never played it, trust me, it's worth it, you know. Gotta reach for the sky. Completing the game took a while, but it was worth it in the end. So now eFootball, another sports game that I got 1,000 in, but this one was just really dumb. It sucked so badly, you know. And it was very easy. You just got all of them in like a matter of less than an hour. This is where Konami really jumped the shark. They made a very crappy game, but nah, I don't really care. Old Man's Journey, another really cool indie game, you know. Only 12 achievements, and not exactly... They are easy, they're very straightforward, but you still need a guide, you know. At least that's what I did, because it made it a lot easier. Finishing it was really satisfying, because it's a game that you manipulate the environment around you. You make the hills move up and down in order to make the old man actually, you know, traverse to a different area. So it's really nice in that aspect, you know, very unique style. We have Space Jam: A New Legacy, you know, not really that hard of a game, but there were some achievements that gave me a lot of grief, you know, and I actually nearly broke my controller playing this crap, you know. We have the MVP, which is playing through the game without continuing, so you can't die, you can't reload from a checkpoint, you know. There's this one also, complete the boss rush mode. God, the bosses just gave me such a damn headache, man. We have to beat the game on hard mode. It's not hard per se, but the bosses just give you so much grief. I didn't really like this game, but I still intend on playing it on my channel soon because I already completed it to 100% anyway. 50 years is unique because it's the one game on my gamer card where I have 5,000 gamer score, which is the limit, the maximum for any game on Xbox, you know. 30 achievements. This game is surprisingly addictive. It's very, very easy, very simple. If you have the means to purchase it or even get it for free, trust me, it's definitely worth it to get the 5,000. You know, it's really cool. And it's a lot of gamer score, so that's why I decided to get it and milk it, you know. I wanted to milk the hell out of this game. And it's really hard to describe. It's addictive, but you have to play it to understand. It's really difficult to describe it, you know. It's a game where you manage resources, money, you can fight enemies that invade your village, you know. It's just really nice. And that is it in terms of 100%, and that's where I'm gonna stop here, you know. I have a few games like Pixark and Rocket League where I'm past 90%. There is Star Wars Battlefront 2. Madden NFL 22, I'm coming up on this one too. I see you, Madden. I see you. I'm gonna get the full 1,000 here as well. I have to get, again, Lockdown Corner and head-to-head. I gotta get a friend to help me boost that again, you know. That's pretty much it. Genesis Lore is some mad BS because I had the full 1,000. I had all of the achievements. I had 14 achievements. Then they added 3 more that are secrets. So I'm going to have to go back and play this stupid game again. You know, but at one point I did have the completion. So they took it from me. I'm going to have to download it again and finish it. But it's all good, and that's it, guys. I'm going to end it here because if I keep going, this video is going to get way too long if I just keep showing all of my games, you know. But in general, what's going on at home? I'm curious to see what's up. Okay, official post from games. No, none of my friends are online, but it's all good. Jump back in, popular with friends. In a nutshell, that's kind of it. Achievements have gotten so much easier over the years. There is no denying that. Nice recommendations here, some sports games from Game Pass. There's no denying that they have gotten incredibly easy. I do plan on making a vlog talking about that. It might actually be the very next video that I do, you know. And I might do one like counting down what I consider to be the hardest achievements ever, you know. But in general, I'm satisfied with the way this came out. This is my library here on the games that I can play on Game Pass, you know. Not going to show that. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much it, you know. Stay tuned because I'm going to be releasing some vlogs now and maybe even a list, you know, counting down some really hard achievements. But maybe I'm not going to spoil that. You guys are going to have to wait and see what I post. So that's it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this new format. You know, I tried to do something different here. A lot of trial and error, you know, putting my background music in the background playing. You guys might notice some black bars in the sides of it because my tablet is like I guess my video editor and my tablet don't have the same, you know, video format, but it's all good. And that's it for now, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this. You know, it took you on a journey, and I might be using my tablet to do different kinds of videos in the future, maybe reacting to things or playing some mobile games. We'll see. But that's it for now. If you happen to like this video, please go ahead and give it a like and also subscribe to my channel because I release videos every single day. And while you're at it, you might as well also hit the notification button to know exactly what time I upload, eh? And I gotta go now because I gotta grab my coffee and go to work. So this is Chazzy signing out for now. And as always, I will see you guys in the next video. Roll the outro screen.